Hi, Flutes. I know you guys have a lot of questions about your beginning band warm-up set number 2, exercises 1 through 4. I have a flute here. I'm going to demonstrate those exercises for you, and hopefully it'll help aid you in your practicing as you're doing it throughout this week. Again, if you have questions, feel free to email me. So if we're looking at exercise number 1, it says buzzing. So the brass is buzzing, but you guys are going to be playing your notes. Now remember, you have that slur mark over each of those notes. So that means all the notes except for the first note of the sequence is going to be slurred. So we're not going to tongue any of the notes except for the first note of the sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate exercise number 1 for you. Here we go. So now we have exercise number 2. Same thing, brasses are going to be buzzing, so you guys are going to be playing long tones and quarter notes. And the same rules apply for this one. You're going to be slurring most of those exercises. But if you look at number 2, that high note is a high concert B flat. Remember we talked about last year, the high B flat is the same fingering as your low B flat, but it's going to need to take a lot of air. I'm going to just really quickly demonstrate the low B flat versus the high B flat. Notice that my fingerings never change. So remember, you need to aim your airstream down directly in the head joint. Use fast air and make your aperture smaller in order to get that high B flat. Or remember last year when we talked about blowing out all of your birthday candles. So to get the high B flat, you're going to blow out all of your birthday candles to get that sound. So here is exercise number 2 on the flute, the buzzing exercise. All right, now here is exercise number 3, long tones. It is just reviewing the first 5 notes of your concert B flat scale and the first 5 notes we learned in beginning band. Don't worry about the divisi at the end. You can pick whatever divisi you want to do. If you want to do the top or the bottom, that's fine. We'll worry about splitting those up when we come back to face-to-face learning. But here is exercise number 3. All right, now check out exercise number 4. The brass, now they're not doing buzzing anymore, they're doing what we call lip slurs. While they're doing lip slurs, it's typical for woodwinds to just do long tones underneath of what they're doing. So if you look at number 4, your first note is a high concert B flat. Remember, we already talked about that in exercise number 2. That's the same fingering as your low B flat, but you're blowing out all your birthday candles to get the high note to come out. So here is your high B flat. So that's going to be the first sequence of exercise 4. The next note is going to be A natural. So A natural, remember, is the same fingering as your low A natural. It's going to be thumb, first finger, second finger on the top hand, and then your pinky on the bottom. Here is your high A natural. Remember, this note too is going to need all the birthday candles blown out. If you look at the next one, your next sequence is going to be A flat. So remember, it's the same fingering as your low A flat. So we're going to actually, to make this easier, we're going to finger G, which is thumb, first, second, third finger, and bottom pinky. We're also going to add the top pinky key, the high A flat, or the teardrop key as I call it, for your high A flat. And again, still blow out those birthday candles. Here's your A flat. Now the next line, next sequence is going to be your G. which is thumb, first, second, third finger, and bottom pinky. When you're going from A flat to G, all you're doing is lifting the top pinky. You're not doing the teardrop key. Here's the G. Next one is going to be F sharp. F sharp is the same as G flat. So you're going to finger G for your F sharp, and then all you're going to do is you're going to add your bottom ring finger. Again, you're going to add your bottom ring finger for your F sharp. Here's your F sharp. And then the last one is going to be your concert F, which is thumb, first, second, third finger. First finger on the bottom hand and pinky. Okay, here's your F. So please make sure when you're doing number 4, you're doing it in 8 beats for each note, because it's 2 whole notes tied together. So remember, it's 8 beats long for each note when I'm listening for your playing test this week. Make sure that you're also referencing your red book from last year, your beginning band red book. The back of the book has a fingering chart in there if you need to reference that as well. If you don't have your red book, you can always just Google your flute fingerings. Just type in flute fingering chart, and there'll be lots of resources there for you to use to compare the fingering chart to your actual flute. I hope that you guys are doing well. Keep up the good work, and I look forward to hearing your playing test this week. Bye.